Hi everyone. Today we are going to learn how to install and load images from Flickr API. For those of you who do not know what Flickr API is, it's a service that is available for developers to load images which can be used for machine learning purposes. For this lab, we will try to just focus on installing and loading images from Flickr API. So Flickr API has a lot of images over there. So you can just load any of these images. We would just focus in this lab on getting some rotten food images for our project. So there are a lot of rotten food images already there in the directory. So we'll try to learn how we can do that by connecting to Flickr API. So the first step would be to install. So now in Google Colab, so you can use Google Colab for this purpose. So the first step is to install the Flickr API. So all you have to do is write this command pip install Flickr API. Once you do that, just make sure you run it. And you will see that Flickr API is being installed and you will be able to connect and download all the images that you want. The next step is to install the packages. So basically, these are the libraries and the packages that you would be needing, including the Flickr API, the MATLAB, if you're trying to plot a graph, all the images because you're trying to load all the images. So you can just copy this. Like this could be constant, irrespective of what type of images you're trying to load and run a test on. Now, there are certain keys which you need to get from Flickr API. So this is personal. So you can just run it, make sure that it is correct. If the key and the secret key are not correct, you won't be able to connect to it. The next step is to create a directory for images. So in my case, we're trying to get some rotten food images from there. So what we would try to do is you can give the keyword, it has to be in quotations, rotten food, and I'm trying to create a directory name called rotten. Okay, so you can give any directory name, you can give it whatever you want. So for this project, we're calling it rotten. And this is flickr.walk. This is the keyword that you have to use. The keyword text equals keyword because which you already gave over here, which is rotten food. Then you're going to tag all the images because anything that has the keyword rotten food in it. Uh, and then you're going to sort it by relevance. That's the sorting that we do because we're trying to tag all the rotten food images, right? And you're trying to get like 100 in each page. Once you've done loading the images, the next step would be to create a directory for rotten vegetables. Now, could be constant, so you don't have to make much of a change, irrespective of what type of image you're trying to get it from Flickr API. You can use this one. So once you run this, it will sort the images in the directory. So here you have created a directory already. You would see there's a rotten food image already created over here. But now what you're trying to do is you would be displaying the images for rotten. This is for displaying. Okay, so here you don't have to do much. Whatever like kind of thing you're trying to uh, display the images, whether it's for rotten food or probably a cat or a dog, this could be kept constant. So you don't have to do much of a change in this one. The next thing is like once you get that, your first job would be to save those images, right? That is the key thing. You have to save those images. You're getting like 30 images. The number of rows and the number of columns is 224, and you're getting from the URLC which you gave over here, extras. And yeah, then you're trying to save all these images. So let me just run it. So over here, you would see that it is able to get all the images over here. So in this case, there's only 30 because I gave like 30 of these images because I'm trying to keep it in a short span of time. But suppose you want more images, you can also do that. Give like 100 of those and it would be able to load as many images as you want. Once you do that, then you're just trying to display just to make sure that what kind of images those are. So you're just trying to display only 10 of those right now. So you're just writing 10. Supposedly you want like 15. You could just write 15. It would be able to plot all those images over here. So now it's like plotting 15 images over here in this row. So this is a simple project that is showing you how to install and load images from Flickr API.